Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Cynthia. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. I'm going to close some things because it looks like it's slow. Okay. Now it looks okay. Hi, Nancy. Nice to see you. Always appreciate seeing you. And Karen, welcome. Lori, it's been a while. Welcome back, Kat. Hi, Wendy and J.E. Looks like my internet is no bueno. I'm gonna see if I can do something. Hi, Caitlin. Nice to see you. This will do for now. Okay. So I'm super excited, as always, to be here with you today. Today's topic is trusting what you can't yet see. Trusting what you can't yet see. Even just thinking about the title, type in the chat what that brings up for you. Maybe it's something general, maybe it's about something specific in your life. Oh, that's a nice synchronicity, Kat. Reading about trusting what you can't yet see. Yep. Hi, Andrea. Faith and hope. EJ. Good evening, I think. Or no, it's early, or it's morning where you are. Yeah, so we're going to dive deep into this topic today. And we're going to feel into it. I'm going to guide you deep into it. We're going to discuss it, as well as do a guided process like we've been doing. Anticipation. Yes. Open-mindedness. Accepting. Not figuring it all out. I was just in a coaching session with somebody where this exact idea came into play. So, today we are going to explore the space between where you are now and the vision or the future that you can't fully see yet, and how to trust yourself in that space, and how to trust life and trust whatever you think is bigger. God, source, universe, creator. Hi, Helen. Life is not how you want it yet. I hear that. Can anybody else relate? Is there areas of your lives that aren't the way you want them yet? I can relate. I don't know if there is a human who would not have something that they felt was missing And that's what Michael Singer, my favorite spiritual teacher, talks about. That if getting what we wanted worked, we would stop wanting things. We would have stopped wanting things, but it's always replaced by the next thing and the next. So, it's a balance about what do we want to create before it's created. How can we be at peace? How can we trust the process? Trusting what you can't yet see. Yeah, so I was in a coaching session earlier. I was coaching a new client, and what they were talking about was noticing this pattern of holding on tightly and wanting to control and having faith in the mind, but not feeling that sense of ease or trust in the body, and then grappling with between the head and the heart. And they would say, oh, I know I should trust, or I try, but then I don't feel it. And so I just took them through a very simple process where it was like, okay, let's come into our bodies right now. Let's close our eyes. And I said, where do you feel that controlling feeling right now? And they said they noticed it in their heart chakra. And so we just went into a felt body experience of that. And then I asked, what message does that energy have for you? And then, when we came out of the process, the insight was, it's like we can't trust in the future. Like, at some future point, I'm going to trust. We can only do that right here and now. We can only access trusting what you can't see, being in faith, feeling that sense that it gives you. We can only do that right now. We can't do it next week or tomorrow. Does that make sense? And although it's so simple, it's so profound because we get stuck in the stories and we get stuck in the mind. And that's why coaching's powerful. And by the way, if you are new to me, I'm Natalie, spiritual life coach and Reiki master teacher. You can go ahead and give me a follow here in Insight Timer. You can click this convenient thing that will pop up, maybe. I think my computer is running slow. There it goes. Ooh, wow, Lori, you're going to go to Temple of the Universe. Amazing. Nancy is trusting and while navigating that things will all work out. And yeah, Kat, when I said this in the other live, you didn't realize it was so close. Wonderful, Cynthia. Hi, Butterfly Rain. Welcome back. So I want to share my own example of trusting what you can't yet see. There's been a couple huge, I can think of actually 4 or 5 huge turning points in my life where I had to trust what I couldn't see. Getting clean and sober, that one was a moment by moment trust and letting go and trusting a process. Also, when I moved overseas in 2013. When I did a life transformational training 9 years ago. And the most recent, I mean, there's always examples, but the most recent big example that y'all have heard me talk about more than once if you follow me is me leaving my job to be a life coach. And the story is that in the height of COVID in December 2020, my job of 12 years told me if I didn't move back to the US, within 6 weeks during COVID on my own dime, no severance, no unemployment after almost 13 years there, that I would no longer have a job. And so that took a huge trust in what I could not yet see. And I was terrified to leave my job, and my soul was screaming, hell no, do not keep your job and go back to the US. I had already been working remote and living overseas 8.5 years. And there was just no way, even though it was during COVID, even though, jobs were scarce and everything, all the reasons. I put trust in the unknown and what I couldn't see yet. Because there was something very clear inside of my soul. It was intuitive. It was my soul communicating with me. Very loud. So, and now 4.5 years later, here we are. I've never regretted it for 1 second. So I got to follow that intuitive guidance that was very loud and clear. And everything was just falling into place. So even though there was fear, I really didn't see any other choice. So, there was a mix of emotions. So sometimes our guidance will scream, and sometimes it'll be a whisper. So how does your internal guidance or your intuition show up for you? Is it usually loud? Is it quiet? How do you discern that? Because that's in the moments, right, when we can't see what's coming, we get to rely on something. So yeah, some people have the gift of dreams, symbolic dreams. One of my coaching clients has that as one of their intuitive gifts. There's a feeling, soft voice in the head for butterfly rain, cat, a quiet, pretty quiet knowing. Yep. So I want to ask everybody, and drop this in the chat if you care to share, where in your life do you wish you had more clarity right now? Where in your life do you wish you could see what you can't see yet? Where are you in the unknown and wishing you weren't, and wishing you knew the next step? Or wishing it had already happened and you were through this part? Nancy has a feeling, job direction, health. Hey Jennifer, great to see you. Career, Cynthia, health, definitely get that. Cat, finding your dream property. Wishing recovery was easier. Who else can relate to that one? Caitlin, for sure. Career, dream job. Hi Anna, welcome. Becoming a mother, yes, if that journey of being in the unknown with that process can be very challenging. So, if you feel into that area for you or that topic, and as it is right now, how does that not knowing make you feel in your body? So just feel into that for a moment. The uncertainty, the not knowing. We could even do what I did with the client earlier of like, okay, where is that? Restless, anxious, a little constricted. And can you feel it in a certain part? You can notice that. And I wonder what it would be like here now in real time, now that you're zeroing in on that with your awareness, to just create some space around it. So can you feel into that energy that doesn't feel great? And can you just imagine that there's space or expansion around that? In a 2% more relaxation. Can you just allow that to be there and relax? Just 2%. And as I said earlier with that other client example, you know, we can only do this right now. We can't do it tomorrow or next week. I mean, we can, but we can only ever do this sort of work in the now moment. Nancy, healing chronic conditions, dealing with some things with your mother-in-law's passing. That's great, Anna, that you can notice the body going into fight or flight, because that means then you can work with the sensations in the moment. Cynthia felt some relief. That's wonderful. So we're going to drop a bit deeper now, and I'm going to guide you in a visualization. It'll just be a few minutes. So we'll just continue dropping in even deeper now. So I invite all of you to close your eyes and just feel into, you know, whatever the thing is that you wish you had clarity and direction on, or answers. And just noticing, where do you feel that right now in the body? And you can imagine the breath going directly there. And again, just allowing for some space, some expansion, giving this energy room instead of pushing it away or resisting it, actually allowing it. Just 2%. You might yawn spontaneously like I just did. And once you ground and feel into the body in this way and into the energy and sensations that are here, I want you to imagine that you're standing on a path that's only lit a few steps ahead. So you can't see very far on the path. You can just see the next few steps. Just imagine you're standing on the path. You might even look down in your mind's eye and see your shoes and your feet on the ground. And you can see a few steps ahead, but then it's obscured. There's either fog or darkness. And just feel your feet solid and steady on the ground. And breathe into the body as you stand there in the unknown. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw, your face, your neck. And just feel your feet solid and steady on this path. And that although you can't see more than a few steps ahead, you're here now. You're present with that experience. You're in the unknown. And it's okay. And now I want you to just tune in to your intuition, your higher self, your guide source, whatever feels best for you. And ask for one small next step. And just let that intuitive answer come, or that answer from your higher knowing or the Creator. So you're tuning into your inner guidance, your inspiration, your faith. Feeling your feet on the path. And now just imagine you're taking that next step, even without being able to see the full path ahead of you. Just imagine you're taking that next step forward and embodying a sense of trust, of groundedness, of knowing and peace. And you might notice you feel called to take more than one step, or maybe one is enough. Either way, just feel now how it feels now that you've moved. Even though the path isn't clear. And I just want you to sense now your spiritual team surrounding you. All of that spiritual support, guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, saints, gurus, gods, goddesses, animals, and source, the creator itself. And just sense into that beautiful spiritual team that's uniquely yours, surrounding you, supporting you, cheering you on, guiding you, encouraging you. And just notice how that feels when you're on this path. And I want you to just tune into what sort of message Source or your spirit team has for you right now in regards to this. So just allow yourself to receive the message for you, the insight, the advice. Regarding this path. And just now, check in with your body and see, see how it feels now when you check in with whatever you're coming up against in your life right now, that you wish you could see the path forward, but you can't. What's different now in your body? And you can just allow the eyes to gently open and just continue to be grounded, feeling into your body with the eyes open, integrating. Welcome back. So, trust is a muscle that's built step by step, and it's something that we learn and practice. It's not a one and done. It's in each moment, in each breath sometimes. And who knows? You know, we don't know the workings of the why of things. And, you know, this is something I share with clients often. You know, it's about who you become in the journey, who you become in the process. It's not about just rushing to the destination. The growth and the richness is in the walk on the path. Because it's who you become in that process. Hey Jen, welcome. Great to see you. Thank you, Kat, for the donation. Lori, you're welcome. So in that visualization, we really slowed down on the path. We really got into our body, felt our feet, grounded, called in our support. And really dropped in. Kat's in a hurry. Who else can relate? So Kat, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I have a live stream scheduled next week called Slowing Down to Speed Up. So that one will be for you. And anyone else who feels urgency or in a hurry. Yeah, the bigger picture, who you become on the journey. Anna, wonderful. It's great that you've had that experience. Sounds like you really received some care and support. Caitlin, slowing down to speed up. Oh, actually, I have that here. I can share it with you. There it is. So I think you can click that in RSVP. You know, and this is my belief, that our life experience is an internal experience, right? We only experience the external from inside of our bodies. And so we relate to everything through this filter of this vehicle and how it feels, the felt experience, the sensations, the energy that's happening in here. So when we can make that our primary focus on tending to this, instead of trying to look to the outside and manipulate things out here, or just looking, like if I could see the path, then I would feel better, right? Like not doing that. So there's value in learning to navigate by our inner signals and by our inner guidance and our higher guidance, rather than only by what we can see outside in this external proof. Like I told y'all in my story about, me choosing to leave my job. I mean, that was a visceral, internal experience I had that told me, do not keep your job. That was totally just inside of me. Yes, and patience can be indicated. And, for me, and maybe this is true for you, it's breath by breath. It's moment by moment. As I said earlier, like that example with my client earlier today. We can't conceptualize, oh, I'm going to trust more. I want to stop holding on so tight. I want to have more faith. That's great, and you can only ever do that right here and now. Only right now can you be and feel that experience. And then you train yourself or retrain yourself moment by moment. It will never happen anywhere or anytime but right now. And our mind takes us out of that, thinking in some future moment, then we'll trust more. We can only do that right now. So that's a very simple and important distinction. And then the path ahead will take care of itself. Lori, it's great you can notice your growth and see where more growth is indicated with patience. So I want you to share in the comments what's your biggest takeaway from this experience and this diving into this idea today. What are you taking with you that you can bring forward into your life that will make a difference for you moving forward? Because it's great to be here and to be in this exploration, and it's really a great question to ask, okay, now tangibly, what are you going to take from this moving forward? And I know many of you have experienced the visioning session that I have offered one-on-one as a gift to my community, and many of you have not. And I still have spots open for anybody that's not yet had a session with me. And, this topic, trusting what you can't see, is perfect for this visioning process, because we look at where you are now, which is what you can see, and look at where you want to go, which is, it's down the path, but it's what you want to create, and then seeing what's in the way. So it's very clarifying and powerful, and it's a gift. So send me a message. I can put you on the waiting list for that and reach out. Appreciate you sharing, Anna. Who else can relate to being a planner, spending time in their head? Yeah. Beautiful, Lori. Yeah, we can only ever be right here, right now. And you know, for some of us, like Anna mentioned, feeling feelings, sit with them. For many of us, it's not been safe. It's not felt safe to be in our own body. So we get to learn or relearn being in our body. And that it's safe right now, here and now, in this moment. So if anyone cares to give a donation, you can click here, or there's a button somewhere. But now we've got these cards. Thank you again, Kat. Yes, trusting and moving forward. So in that visualization, we really dropped in to be on that path where we couldn't see, but a few steps ahead, and then we took that step after tuning into guidance and source. Wonderful. Thank you, Anna, for the donation. You too, Lori. Great to have you join. So again, if anybody is new, you can follow me here on Insight Timer. This has also been double live streamed on my YouTube channel, and the replays are all over there. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, check my website. And this weekend, I do have an announcement. We will be doing this, our weekly, it was Saturday Night Live in the past. It will be this weekend on Sunday night in the Western Hemisphere at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So our weekly collective card reading, Reiki and clearing, will be in the evening. So I'm going to experiment with that. So that's the next time I'll be going live. And then on Tuesday will be the slowing down to speed up live stream. I'll go ahead and put that one up too. The Art of Aligned Change. So, yeah, mark your calendars, RSVP. If you follow me, you can click attend and you'll be notified. Thank you, Nancy, Wendy, Karen, Butterfly Rain, J.E., Lori, everybody. Sending lots of love from Mexico, which was something that I had to take action on and trust what I couldn't see when I moved back to Mexico. Great, Karen. You're welcome, Anna, and thank you, Kat. So I will see you all very soon. Feel free to reach out. As I said, if you feel that intuitive nudge, you can send me a private message here or any of my platforms. I'm everywhere. And I will see you all very soon. And may your path be peaceful. Bye-bye.